So, as you guys can see in this picture, I was driving home and the car just stopped on me. Stalled out, died, couldn't get it to start again. Had to end up calling AAA, come tow it back to my house. Um, I thought it might be the alternator at first, just completely killed the battery. But I got the battery home and charged it, and ended up not being the battery. Alright, so as you guys saw in the last clip, this thing broke down on me on the side of the road. The other day, we tried to retime it, do everything. Took the valve cover off, looked at all the valves. The valves looked fine. Thought it might be a starter or alternator problem with the battery and the power, but I couldn't get it to crank over by hand. And so I stuck a screwdriver down all these cylinder holes, and cylinder number 4, the piston does not move. So I ordered a new full D16Z6. So we are now D16Z6 swapping this coupe. So I'm going to start tearing it apart and figuring out exactly what happened. But yeah, we're going to figure it out. I don't know what happened. Either seized a rod. It had oil in it. I don't know. Wasn't ripping on it too hard. Just kind of cruising around on the highway. Like 4,000 RPM. Cruising. All of a sudden, car shuts off. Won't turn back on. Not much engine noise either. Nothing too crazy metal on metal. Just seized. And the cylinder, like all the pistons move. Valves look all okay from the top at least. And it just won't move cylinder number 4. So we're looking at like a bent rod, a cracked rod, something cracked. The crank could have cracked in half, or more likely, a seized / like spun bearing. So we're gonna start attempting to pull the engine out. I'm gonna pull the engine and trans all together. So we're gonna start disconnecting everything and all the accessories and all that. So that's what we're doing today. Now we're going to try to drain all the coolant out of here. Oh, there we go. Alright, now we're going to try to get this top radiator hose off and see what else drains down. Here. Okay, I gotta make sure this is super loose. These are not the easiest to get off. Alright, here we go. Oh! Alright. Getting some more drained out. So we'll let that drain for a second. And the next step is going to be taking the exhaust off. I think I'm going to try to take all the headers and the downpipe off at the same time. Down. I think it'll clear everything. But that'll be the next thing. Should realistically just drop down, I think. Try to wiggle it down here. Our 2 sensors getting stuck a little bit. There we go. Oh, I just gotta clear the AC. Alright. And there it is. Got the exhaust off. Okay, so off camera, I pulled the entire AC out. I pulled the radiator off. That was pretty easy, but just to get the AC lines out, that took me kind of a long time. I could show you what the AC system looks like out of the car. It's definitely super bent. I had to bend all the lines, crazy, but pulled that out. No more AC. Made the executive decision to pull the AC out, pull the power steering or the cruise control out because it never worked, and I don't care enough to make it work, but it did work at some point. So, working power or cruise control system, pulled that out. Now we're gonna back the car, put the wheels back on, back it up to over here somewhere so we can pull the engine. All right, so we got the engine out. It's on a pallet now. I think I'm gonna call it good for tonight. I'll clean everything up off camera, and tomorrow start disassembling everything, getting stuff off I need, and figuring out what actually went wrong with this block. So I'm kind of excited for that. That'll be crazy. And then I think I'm gonna clean all this up, and maybe tuck some of the wire harness, like a mild wiring harness tuck. Clean this bay up a little bit. It is a pretty clean bay, like paint wise. So we'll see how good I can make this thing look. But yeah, old D16Y8 is no more. So I got the head off and got this thing on a stand, flipped it around, took the oil pan off, and cylinder number 1 looks good, number 2 looks good, number 3 looks good, and number 4 looks awful. So that's the piston down there, half of the bearing, and then if you come over here, there's the other half of the bearing and the bottom of the connecting rod. Or the top, I guess, either or, whatever. It's just completely bent. So basically what happened is somehow I bent this connecting rod bolt and the other one completely shattered in half, and it's down there. I can't find it right now, but yeah, that's the damage. Bent connecting rod bolt. Kind of crazy. Never happened to me on an NA anything before, so pretty wild. And I never put this together. It's just stock. No one's ever messed with it. But yeah, that's the culprit. So we're Z6 swapping it now.